Hey, it's Jackie. Welcome back to my channel, So Bright Home. In this video, I'm going to show you how I finished our hallway, the board and batten on the bottom specifically. I'm going to share a bunch of tips and tricks and also how I managed to do this while living in a house with kids. Keep watching for all the details.
But first, a quick throwback. Here's what our hallway looked like a year ago. The trim was so bad, the photos don't do it justice. Tip 1, when you're renovating with kids around, get them to help you. This doesn't always work very well for me, but I'm working on it. I'll never have a pretty time lapse of start to finish of a project because I work in little tiny chunks of time in between all of the things. Here I am putting these baseboards together with a 20-minute window before I've got to get to the next kids activity. And I've just accepted the fact that it's okay to just piecemeal things together. Eventually it all adds up and it gets done. And I've also learned to just embrace the mess. This is what it's like living in my house.
Thing on here.
I'm using a laser level to put up the top beam so that everything is the same across the whole hallway. This was just the easiest and quickest way to do it. And again, my daughter is helping me, passing me the tools. Often I just struggle and do these things myself, but I'm learning to try and teach her, even though sometimes she doesn't want to learn. But it's helpful and it's good for everyone really in the end.
Decisions are always hard. Well, they're hard for me. It's just hard to know what's gonna look good and what's gonna work. And sometimes I think you just have to dive in and do it. It takes me a long time to mentally wrap my head around that and get to that point. I'm at that point where I just need to try and see what's gonna work. What I'm trying to figure out right now is the spacing. So there's one line in the board here. So I need to cover this. So from here to here is 26 inches, but then I'm left with like an awkward amount at that end. So if I kind of maybe do it on the edge, if I do 25 inches, then I'm left with less of an awkward spot. But then when I get down the hallway, it's like for the hallway, I think what I'm gonna do is this will be 25 inches, this will be 25 inches, and then the ends will just be whatever and kind of center it. I guess I need to find center first maybe, and then figure that out. And then that I think is gonna be left. And then the same here will be, this will be the 25, and then whatever's left will be, and then I'm just gonna do one in the middle. I don't know if all that's gonna work or not, but let's just try it. Sometimes I just really get tired of measuring. Probably because I get tired of measuring wrong. We're just gonna do that. I'm gonna go cut it. Okay, I need to go a little bit more.
You might be wondering why I didn't just cut them all the same. Well, let's just say I'm not perfect, okay? So I needed to do one at a time just to make sure. And I just have my miter saw on my deck outside the back door, which was really close. So I would cut one at a time, and it's always better to cut the board a little bit bigger, go check, and then you can cut it down again. I had to cut every board at least twice, except for I think the last board I got right the first time. Now my system with board and batten is to cut all of the boards, wipe them clean, give them one coat of paint after they're put up and they're nailed, then I'll fill the nail holes and do another coat of paint.
Sometimes, where's my finger? Sometimes you can see the nails don't go in all the way, and that's just because either the battery wasn't charged enough or I was on an angle. Fix that. It's gonna use that. It's a little bit tricky. better. Then I'm just gonna use putty here.
While the vertical boards were drying, I filled all of the nail holes in the top board and the bottom one. Then I measured out exactly where the vertical boards were going to go, and I just marked it with painter's tape. I knew exactly where each board went because I marked on the back of them. I always recommend marking on the back of your boards because you think you're going to remember, but you don't. So then I just put every board up. I checked with the level and then used my brad nailer and secured them to the wall. I am squeezing in another 10 minutes later in the day, and I didn't show filling the holes for the vertical boards, but those were filled and dried, and now I'm just using my sanding block to sand it all and vacuum because I want to prep for caulking first thing the next morning. I usually get up early in the mornings to do a workout, but I skipped it this morning and I did some caulking instead, and I just broke the wall into chunks. So I did this first section here in the morning, and then later on in the day I did the other few sections as I had little bits of time to do it. You just want to make sure to use paintable caulking here, and I really like the DAP products. I've used them for years. And it really does make a nice professional finish when you caulk all of the seams. You guys have a lot of opinions about tape on my Instagram stories about, do we take the tape off after the first coat and tape again for the second coat? Do we leave the tape on for both coats, or do we not tape at all? A lot of people are very anti-tapers. The thing with this trim is it's quite thin, and I just couldn't confidently paint all of it and go around the doors without taping it.
What I realized is this white trim is going to need 2 coats. The rest looks fine with 1. I've stopped, and I'm going to go through and just do the trim with 1 coat now. And then when that dries, I'll go back and do everything again. Sounds like a good plan, eh?
I actually painted over all of the holes that I filled and the caulking, and then that white trim for the first coat. So everything was completely covered with 1 coat of the Swiss Mocha. And then the second time I did a full coat on everything.
I love these sanding blocks. I usually write what grit it is on there. I'm going to use this. Give everything a quick sand.
So after that first coat had completely dried, then I sanded everything with this light sand. It's important to give a light sand in between coats so that the paint adheres really well. And after the light sand, I gave everything a wipe down with a damp cloth, and I was ready for the final coat of paint.
I got this new paintbrush. I found the other one a little bit big. Try it and see. Oh, this brush feels better already.
My system was to use the brush to do the bottom board and the side board and top board for each square, and then the middle part with a roller. And then I kind of just kept going in the same pattern down through the hallway so I didn't forget where I had painted.
I'm out of breath. Start to finish, doing the whole hallway. I'm an hour and 50 minutes. These things take longer than you think. Now I gotta go through and remove the tape. I'm tired. The one thing that kept me going was I didn't want to have to clean my brush and then start back up again. And then the other thing is I just put a podcast on and I just listen, and that really, really helps with stuff like this for me. Always kind of like pull up a little bit and on an angle.
So I just finished the second coat, taking the tape off when the paint is still wet.
Away. You want to pull away from it, right? Doing good. Okay, there's a few spots like that need to be touched up. Spot right there. Try this razor just for a couple of tricky spots. Just gonna score it.
I was really worried about the tape because you really should take it off when it's wet and then tape again. But I didn't want to tape everything again. So I did leave it on for the first coat and took it off only after the second coat. There's a few tricky spots like this, but overall, I'm really impressed with how it turned out.
Okay, you guys ready for the final reveal? So after over a year of hard work, we are finally done, and I'm so excited to share with you. Have a look.
Okay, one more quick before photo, and here is the after. I honestly can't believe this is our house. It's so bright and beautiful, and I'm really proud of how everything came together. Even though it took us a year, I think it's just important to remember that home takes time. It is possible to do it with kids around, to learn to let go of the mess and embrace the season that you're in, because in the end, it will all be worth it. But while you're in it, a little extra patience goes a long ways.
I also have a video on how I made this side table, so stay tuned for that. It's coming up next. I hope so much that this video has been helpful for you and inspires you that even if you have kids who make a mess and destroy everything, you can still renovate your home and it can still be beautiful, even if they're gonna wreck it in the end. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.